Last Sunday, first Sunday of Lent, I suggested that maybe we find a quiet spot and do some thinking and try to get in touch with all the material stuff in our lives that bog us down. Things that we really don't need, things that we thought we needed, but found out that they just weigh us down in so many different ways. This Sunday, the second Sunday of Lent, I suggest we go into that same quiet spot, wherever you can find a quiet spot, and get in touch with the prejudices that hinder us from being vibrant Christians. We got to become, as the gospel inspires us, we have got to become people of the transfiguration. Tough work for Lent to look at our prejudices. Not very long ago, I was invited to dinner at home with some of my friends. I really did not want to go. Didn't want to accept the invitation because I knew that it was going to be far from a pleasant evening. Although I loved these people, several of them were some of the most racist people I ever met in my life. But I put aside my initial reaction, and I decided to go. True to my expectation, during the dinner, the racist remarks permeated most of the discussions of the evening. I tried to steer the conversation to the excellent food that was prepared, sharing a current movie, talking about the weather. But several of my friends continued to feed themselves with talk of racist remarks about the neighborhood, about the world, the many immigrants, the refugees, the ethnic jokes. I did not strongly confront them. I did not want to add to the ugliness of the evening. What bothered me most was the fact that there were 3 young, impressionable children sitting at the table with us, taking in all these racist, unkind, uncharitable remarks. The evening ended without any fistfights or rough arguments. Nobody threw anything at each other. I thanked all, congratulated Mom and the daughters for the wonderful food that they prepared. I blessed them, and I left. I decided the next day that I had to write a letter to those people, some of them who were sitting around that table. I told them that I could never sit at that table again if the vitriol, the meanness, the racist remarks was going to be the fare of the evening. My brothers and sisters, we are Christians. Does it ever occur to you that there are people in detention in so many parts of the world? In his latest book, Hope, Not Fear, Hassan Akkad, who spent 98 days running away from Syria to find salvation and hope in a small town in England. He said people in Syria, Russia, is being tortured today. This very minute, he says in his book, in those putrid, terrifying cages, they are wondering if that day will be the last day of their life. This is why people come to our country and other countries to find a better life for themselves, for their children. At the table that evening, one young man made a disparaging remarks about the turban that certain ethnic people wear. I politely mentioned to him that those turbans that certain people wear are as religiously sacred as the cross hanging from your neck, and perhaps even more sacred. There are so many people risking their lives in the hope for a better life. Drowning, lungs filled with salt water, because they dared to hope for freedom. Freedom, an essential element of Christ's idea of the reign of God on this earth, that all may be free in every aspect of what freedom really is. During this Lent, again, it may be nice to crawl into some quiet place, to realize that there are still families living to make in makeshift camps in Greece, Syria, parts of Africa, looking after babies and toddlers in unsanitary and freezing conditions. Need I mention all that has been put before us on TV from Ukraine? People weeping for freedom, family, peace. I don't say that they have nothing, because they do. They have courage. Courage beyond our imagination. They have dignity. They have perseverance. They have love. They have pride. They have a dream of living in a safe life. All of this moves us profoundly. It is a sad story to hear even dear friends and relatives who call themselves Christians ridicule such people traveling the world looking for a better life. Immigrants, refugees are just like you and me. They just want homes to call their own, work that they find rewarding, an education for their children. They want birthday cakes. They want first day of school photographs. They want cups of tea, good nights of sleep, favorite songs on the radio, favorite TV shows, walks in fresh air. Every day, lives lived in peace. That's all they want, just like you and me. This is what Jesus preaches in the Beatitudes, in the Gospels. What a breath of fresh air. What a breath of fresh air to hear that countries like Estonia, Romania, Poland, Germany, Slovakia are opening their doors for the millions fleeing Ukraine. This is what the reign of God is all about. People in Germany's train station holding up signs, "Come live with us. We have 2 rooms with bathroom. We have 1 room with bathroom." In Germany, several weeks ago, in the train stations. This is what the reign of God is all about. You know, it's just an accident of birth. The country named on our passports shapes our destinies. The simple truth is that the refugee population is growing and will continue to do so. Man-made crises and global warming displace many people in the years ahead. This is a simple fact. And we Christians need to think about how it affects us and how we will respond to it. We Christians are and will be challenged in so many ways. And our response will be an indication of the quality of your Christianity and my Christianity. The work of building the kingdom of God is not easy. What a challenge. Did you ever think of it? The multiculturalization. What an amazing thing it is. A most wonderful gift to any country. Just imagine how bleak and how dull our world would be musically, gastronomically, culturally, without the successive waves of immigration that have yielded such riches in our country. Imagine what would have happened when the pandemic hit if there hadn't been that army of people, many of them from foreign countries, you know them, from somewhere else, willing to work for minimum wage, changing adult diapers, holding hands, scrubbing every inch of a hospital room, spoon feeding, wrapping up the dead, all approaching their jobs with honor, courage, and pride, day after day. In Jesus, indeed, Jesus is hidden in the poorest and the weakest of people. These people are transfigured people. In my life of these 60 years of priesthood, I have seen people die more times than I would have liked. I've seen death up close and can testify that we are all the same at that last hour. We yearn to be gently touched, gently loved, gently held, to remember the good times, to talk to our families maybe once more. We dream of home, of safety, of remembered love. Our humanity, my brothers and sisters, unites us. Nationality, skin, profession, wage, all of that so easily forgotten when it comes to the last hour on this earth. During this Lent, let's evaluate our attitude to those people who come to our shores to find a new life. We are interconnected. Our humanity unites us all. All of us are children of the same God.